Millionaire invites Black Maid's son to play chess as a joke. She didn't know he was a child genius. The mansion gleamed under the afternoon sun, its white marble exterior a stark contrast to the dark shadows of the servants' quarters where Isaac lived. As the maids bustled inside, he, a young boy of only 12, was quietly observing from the sidelines. He was used to being invisible, no one ever really saw him. Isaac's mother, Maria, was the housekeeper for the wealthy Hawthorne family. The family often invited their friends for lavish parties, while Isaac remained hidden in the background, only noticed when someone needed something cleaned or fetched. But today, Isaac's life was about to change in a way no one could have expected. At a grand gathering, Mr. Hawthorne, the millionaire, smirked as he watched Isaac sitting quietly in the corner of the room. Amused by the idea of a game, he called the boy over. "How about a game of chess, young man?" he asked, expecting to entertain himself by outsmarting the servant's son. Isaac hesitated but nodded. He had learned chess from his mother, who once told him that no one could ever take away what he learned. Isaac sat at the board, his fingers brushing over the pieces, calm and focused. The guests gathered, whispering about the unlikely match. They assumed this would be a quick defeat. How could a child of humble beginnings defeat someone of Mr. Hawthorne's stature? The game started with laughter and mockery, the crowd believing it was nothing more than a formality. Isaac, however, made every move with precision, his eyes focused, his mind far from the ridicule around him. With each move, Mr. Hawthorne's confidence began to falter. The laughter from the crowd grew quieter. Isaac's moves were calculated, his strategy unfolding like a quiet storm. It was as though each piece he touched carried the weight of his potential, something hidden in the quiet boy that no one expected. Midway through, the crowd fell into silence as Isaac made a bold move. A checkmate, within a few short moves. The room went still. Mr. Hawthorne stared at the board, his face slowly losing color. The mockery that had filled the room was now replaced by confusion. No one had expected a child, especially one in the servant's family, to be capable of such a game. Isaac sat back, his face betraying no emotion, just calm stillness. He had won not with words but with action. The quiet genius that had been ignored for so long was now undeniable. The crowd, once dismissive, now looked at Isaac with awe. Mr. Hawthorne, unable to conceal his shock, looked down at the board, his arrogance crumbling. He had underestimated the boy, not realizing that genius doesn't belong to a class. It exists in anyone, in silence, waiting to be discovered. Isaac stood, his expression serene, and slowly walked back to the shadows of the room. As he passed by, he noticed his mother watching from a distance. She smiled gently, her eyes filled with quiet pride. Isaac gave her a small, subtle nod. This was their victory, a victory that spoke volumes without a single word. Isaac's victory wasn't loud, it didn't need to be. He returned to his corner, unnoticed once more. But something had changed. The power of his quiet genius, his calm demeanor, had shifted something deeper. The world, for a brief moment, had seen him, not as a servant's child, but as a force in his own right. And that, in itself, was enough.